3, 2, 1. Oh wait. There you go. Let's get that onto the thing. Hello, welcome back to the channel, guys. It's Meta TV. We're gonna edit that out. Hello, welcome back to the channel. It's Meta TV here. We are going to be reacting to today's game of FC Barcelona versus Villarreal. I have a lot of thoughts and opinions. Now, I didn't catch the game in its entirety. I thought that the game started at 11 a.m. my local time. Didn't realize it started around like 8:30 in the morning, and I was like an hour away from getting off of work. So I didn't get to watch the full game. I did catch the second half though, which was, in my opinion, the better half of the two. But we're gonna be watching these highlight videos from ESPN FC. Yeah, let's see how it does, because let's see how they do. I have a lot of thoughts and opinions about this game entirely. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it.
Season's greetings to you, and this is the scene. Estadio
de la Ceramica. I like the stadium. I like the colors, honestly.
Yellow, the famous colors of Villarreal. This, of course, was the game that was supposed to be happening today at
Hey, my guy Lamine Yamal with the crown over his head too. Look at that. That's symbolic right there. That's symbolic.
And other clubs who said the elimination of a home advantage
and my guy Rafinha
would undermine the integrity of the league. That plan was scrapped. So it's as you were, but this is a tasty game, all right. Barcelona still top.
Definitely a tasty game for sure. Like every time Barcelona plays against Villarreal, it goes one of two ways. Either we win by a lot, or it's a very, very close game where we either get the upper hand, or sometimes they get the upper hand. But let's keep chugging along. Let's continue.
Despite Real Madrid's victory yesterday, but Villarreal have surprised a lot of people this season.
Yeah,
certainly in Spain,
they honestly have.
Champions League.
They have a really good season this year.
It just creates so much.
All right, so here we are with the first highlights. Good knocking the ball around, but honestly, that's my one thing about Lamine Yamal is either he's on it, either he's really good on it with his passing, or you get that where the cross doesn't even get cleared like to pass the first defender. And we kind of get into something that I really want to talk about with this game, with these reactions, with this highlight. Let's keep playing. You're gonna see what I'm talking about. Like, look at this.
Quite happy to wear that
one pass, two passes, already unlocked the entire defense. Like, I know that it was a counter attack. We were like, everyone was up because of that cross, the corner. On a counter attack like that, I think we have to be a little bit more set up, a little bit more defensively. You absolutely cannot allow. It's a 2v 1 2 3 4 5 6, right? 2 1 2 3 4 5 6. It's a 2v6. How are Barcelona losing against a 2v6? Like, two passes right there just unlock the entire defense.
The pass, but there's a break on here. Here's Molero.
And look at that cross. That should have been the first goal of the game. In the first minute of this game, the first 1 minute 20 seconds, that should have already been 1-0 to Villarreal. I think the moral of the story with this game is that we are so lucky that they are so not clinical with their finishes. If this was any other team in Europe, like in the Champions League, you know what I mean? Let's continue. That should have been a goal right there, honestly. That's one chance for them to get one goal. We're gonna keep like count of like how many chances they have. But look at that, two passes, three technically with this cross in the first 13 minutes of the game. Rafinha on the ball, he shoots. Ooh, I didn't even see that. Obviously, like I said, I didn't watch the first half of the game, but that was honestly a good chance from Rafinha. Unlucky that he hit the bar. So unlucky. If he would have gotten that in, that would have been like a spectacular goal too. That would have been Busquets, maybe not Busquets worthy, but that would have been a really good goal. Two passes already in, three with the cross, and just look at that. Like, Kunde just Kunde. You're so good, and then you have these moments where you just give up your own goal, man. What was that from Kunde? I mean, I know he's trying to clear the ball, but you gotta do better than that. You gotta like kick it legitimately outside of the hole. Don't even like knock it back into frame. He like, I don't know if he tried to clear that like sky like up the bar, or like I just would have cleared it outside of the whole like box. I wouldn't even try to like I put that into the area. Kunde tries to get there, and then just lucky that that went wide.
Knocked out by a lower league opposition in the Copa del Rey. Yeah.
Good pass to Manny Garcia. Fermin. I gotta get on Fermin Lopez. I gotta get on his ass, because honestly, like ever since coming back from the injury, he just hasn't been it. He hasn't been on top of his game. Whether that's because he missed like countless weeks being injured or whatnot, but I mean at this moment he had like 3 weeks to kind of get back up to speed. I don't know, and then obviously he's also training with the squad too, midweek. What was that from Fermin Lopez? I don't think he should have taken the shot there. Let's run that back a little bit.
By a lower league opposition in the Copa del Rey. Yeah.
Fermin gets in a good position. I mean, I was gonna say maybe he could have passed it to Lamine Yamal, but look how far Lamine Yamal is across. He's behind Fermin. Fermin obviously has one thought in his head and one thought only, and that was to shoot. I mean, he probably could have played that over there to Ferran Torres, but to be fair, you have two Villarreal players in his vicinity. That wouldn't have been a good pass either. He would have just lost it, and then we would be mad at Ferran for losing the ball. You could have gave it to, like I said, Lamine Yamal, but again, without like having eyes at the back of your head, you're not going to see him wide open on this right hand side. And then like the shot just was not close, nowhere near on target. I think, in my opinion, if he would have put that on target at least, I wouldn't be like getting on his ass like as much as I am right now. You got to put this on target, bro. Like, you're a Barcelona player, you're an attacking central midfielder, you got to put that on target. You got to give yourself a chance to not only test the goalkeeper, but give yourself a good chance to even try to get that goal, you know? I think he's been trying to get a goal ever since he came back from injury, just it hasn't fallen for him at all. It's been unlucky. Either he takes a shot, gets blocked by the defense, or he takes a shot and he just over the bar.
At the shot is Fermin.
That was a good cross.
Fall to Lamine. He wants to take the shot on.
Okay, not a bad shot from Lamine Yamal, but I think in this position, I think that was the wrong decision. Obviously, you have Eddie Garcia coming into frame, right? Clearly, Lamine Yamal, I don't know if he's like just looking at the ball, not looking at Eddie Garcia. I mean, he collects it, turns around, could have like laid that off to like Eddie Garcia. You could, honestly, in this position, I probably would have let Eddie Garcia take the ball and like maybe like crack a shot or like look for a pass. But let's play this. He takes the shot. I mean, in that position, who do you really pass it to? Rafinha all the way on the left hand side? I mean, maybe. Will the ball get there? Who knows? I think there was, it's either you take the shot or you pass it to Rafinha. One of those two, but not really much you can do in that position.
Take the shot on.
But again, you got to put the shots on target. You can't just sky it over the bar. You gotta give yourself a chance.
For the squad, and they also need to invest if they can to bring.
In my opinion, I don't think that was offsides. But then again, I didn't get a good angle at all. I didn't get to see like. I wish I would have had a different angle to see if that was really offsides. But to be fair, he skied it anyways. Whatever. 7 chances to score 1 goal, they missed.
The way they defend on the halfway line is surreal.
Good defense. I was about to say good defense from Balde, but what the fuck was that?
Oh, Malera and Balde made a mistake. Will it bounce in?
Oh my. Okay, that was 8 chances to score a goal. Jesus, what was that from Balde? Let's run that back.
Bring some people in because.
He did the hard part, which was recover and get onto the ball. The easy part was just lay that off to Joan Garcia. But what was that pass? That had zero pace. It barely went 2 inches in front of him. It barely went 2 feet in front of him. Got onto the ball, took the shot. Thank God we have a good goalkeeper this year. Thank God. I think the one good piece of business Barcelona did in the the summer transfer window, was getting Joan Garcia. I think he was a good critical piece that we had for this season. Would Szczesny have done that? Would Statue have gotten to that? Who knows? I think honestly, it's really astute business, really, really good clutch business that Barcelona got Joan Garcia. Because like I said, I don't know if Chesney, I don't know if Iñaki Peña, I don't even know if Ter Stegen would have even gotten to that. That probably could have been a goal if it was one of those three goalkeepers. Maybe not Iñaki Peña, because honestly, we kind of get on him on his ass for being like a bad goalkeeper. But when he was playing last season, he was really solid for us, which surprised even me. So maybe Iñaki Peña would have gotten to there, but hey, he's also inconsistent too. So 8 chances to score a goal, and they fumbled it. Honestly, that player alone should have had like a hat trick of chances by this point. 35 minutes in, he should have had a hat trick. How many chances he was wide open? How many like good goal scoring opportunities he had? He should have had a hat. In my opinion, we need to buy better defenders. We need to buy like a good defender, a good center back. Maybe not a left back, because honestly, Balde's good. On his day, he's really good. Koundé, we know how good he can be. But Koundé is also not a natural right back. He's a center back by trade. And he wants to play center back, which, I mean, we just can't because we don't have a good option at right back. We had Hector Fort, and then we let him go on loan. And then we have Joffrey, I guess. But Joffrey is also... no, actually, he's a left back, actually. He's not even a right back then. Who do we have at right back this season? I think nobody. If Koundé gets... God forbid. But if Koundé gets injured... who do we have to replace Koundé? Nobody. We need to buy a good, decent center back, like a really good, experienced center back to like pair up with Kubarsi, and we also need to buy a really good right back too. Those are the two crucial areas in defense that I feel like we need to strengthen. Because, like I said, God forbid, but if Koundé gets injured, who the hell plays in that position? What, Eddie Garcia? That was a 9th chance of scoring a goal.
Here's Rafinha. Score of the only goal from the penalty spot, Balde.
Good cross.
Rafinha again, and
Ferran, come on. Why the fuck are you like chesting that? You gotta put your head to that, bro. Come on.
Third for the moment. That could change later on. That's a nasty challenge.
I'm pretty sure this... Okay, I mean... Lamine Yamal played a first-time pass. I don't think he was trying to go for the ball. I think he was trying to get all the player. Then again, I don't know what Renato's thought process was. But to be fair, is that a straight red card, like worthy offense? He caught him in the boot. It's not like he got him like on the Achilles heel or in the calf. But then again, he absolutely did not try to even get a foot on the ball. He got all player and from the back too. I think the red card is justified, but you can also make the argument that probably should have been like a yellow at most. I probably don't even sound like a Barcelona fan, to be honest, with how much like I'm defending Villarreal, but I don't know. Was that a straight red or was that like a harsh red? You know what I mean? Could that have been a yellow card? I don't know. Just a really tight angle.
We'll leave him to recover now for a couple of weeks.
Good pass from Frenkie de Jong.
Barcelona are in action again in the derby against Espanyol. Meanwhile,
good pass from Lamine Yamal. I guess there's nothing that Fermin could have done. Took a first time shot. Could he have worked the ball around? Maybe, but he probably would have lost it too. So I think he was justified in taking that first time shot. Just unlucky that it was pretty close to the goalkeeper. Good recovery though from Eddie Garcia.
He was just as well. It was Buchanan in foul to clear it, but
Balde. He could have. I feel like he should have gave that up. He should have passed that on. But if he was gonna take the shot, like I said, you gotta get those on target. You can't just be like launching it over the bar. You gotta give yourself a chance to score. I think is what I say.
It opens up here. Training away.
We have a clean sheet, and I will say this again. It's because we have Joan Garcia. The defense may not be helping him out, but at least Joan Garcia is helping himself out, you know? They had at least 14, 15 chances to score a singular goal, and the reason why they don't have a single one is because of that man right there, number 13, Joan Garcia. When the defense doesn't show up, he does.
They've got a 2-week break now before they play again.
But honestly, we need a defense to help him out. We need the defense to, be better, to help him out, set us up for victory, you know? Like I said, we're lucky that Villarreal is Villarreal, that they don't have any good players, any really good quality attackers. Clearly, they had 15 chances to score one goal, and they just couldn't. And it's not like they didn't have really good chances. They had amazing chances to score one goal. again against the Bayern Munich, against the Paris Saint-Germain, against Real Madrid. Would that have been the same case against the Manchester City? Would that have been the same case? I argue that it wouldn't. I argue that we would be losing by quite a substantial amount of goals if that was any other team in Europe. Quality team in Europe.
To the 3 points to go 4 points clear at the top of La Liga going into the
good give and goes, good passing.
Another one here. Rashford might get that as well.
I thought he scored that too, and I was so I wasn't angry or mad or whatever, but I was kind of like, ah man, it would have been nice if Marcus Rashford would have gotten his goal. I want him to get goals. I want him to succeed at Barcelona. I really like Marcus Rashford as a player, even back in the Manchester United days, before like the really dark days for them. But I really want Marcus Rashford to succeed at Barcelona, and I feel like he needs to work on his finishing too. I feel like in that moment he could have like probably shot that a little bit harder, got more pace on the ball. That would have been his goal for sure. Option, or maybe not even that. Maybe we don't even need to buy a center back. Maybe we just need to put like Koundé on center back. But for sure we need to buy a right back, because who do we have to replace Koundé if he, God forbid, he gets injured or he gets sick and just can't play? Eddie Garcia is a good Swiss Army knife of a player to play because he can play any position. But are you really going to trust someone like Eddie Garcia at right back against like the big teams in Europe? You know what I mean? We need to help ourselves, and I hope Joan Laporta is seeing what's going on, and we actually target a good like defensive player, preferably a right back, just because we need a right back. But like I said, if you get a right back, we get like at least two good right backs. One that's like like developing like a good promising player, but one that's like solid right back. That would be a perfect scenario. We have an experienced right back to play like to start games, and then we have that promising young player who can also develop and maybe take over the position of the first option right back if we were to ever get one. And then for center back options, do we really need like a new center back? I mean, we have Gerard Martin, who's a left back obviously, but he played right back before, and right back. He played center back in the past with his other like past teams. Koundé can play right back, and right back. Sorry, Koundé can play center back, and I feel like he's a better option than Ronald Araujo, who sometimes doesn't play with his head. He's kind of dumb when he plays. I would kind of want to see the lineup being like Alejandro Balde, then Koundé, Cubarsí, and then whoever the right back is. I kind of want to see that, but I don't know what Barcelona's plans are. I feel like I don't know. I just want to try, and I want to see Koundé playing as center back. Just see how that goes. Do we need a center back or do we not? You know what I mean? We have Koundé. I don't know. Good overall victory, 2-0 from Barcelona. I would have liked to see them take their chances a little bit more, but we clearly from these highlights we didn't have that many chances to work with to begin with in the first place. But yeah, just a really good, decent option. I'm curious to see what like the fandom is saying about this game, if they had like the same criticisms that I do about the defense. Because honestly, the reason if we would have lost against Villarreal, it would have been all defensive errors. Barcelona doesn't practice defense. Villarreal doesn't practice shooting. Honestly, it's kind of what it sounds like. This person has like a really good opinion. I feel like I don't even know what we do on the training ground. Do we even practice defense? Villarreal, their shooting was atrocious, so they lost because of themselves. Barcelona's defense had a really excellent spirit today. They offered Villarreal so many gifts. Honestly, a really good comment from Soundcheck too. Yeah, no, they're on point. We gifted them so many chances, especially that one chance from Alejandro Balde with Buchanan, where like he tried to pass it back to Joao Garcia and didn't even kick the ball correctly. Like, I think they were in the Christmas spirit too, my guy. Yeah, honestly, good comment right here. What a performance from Joao Garcia. If Rafinha doesn't win Player of the Match, if Lamine Yamal doesn't win Player of the Match, I feel like Joao Garcia should have won Player of the Match, because we would have lost the game if it wasn't for him. Like, we definitely would have conceded all those chances if it wasn't for Joao Garcia. This was a very close game. Villarreal absolutely destroyed our defense, but we got a win in the clean sheet thanks to goals from Rafinha and Yamal and Joan Garcia saving us from humiliation. Honestly, again, these three players, they carried for us. They honestly like carried the team, especially Joan Garcia. We got to give this man his flowers and his props. I feel like he should. I feel like he's my. For me, if I were to pick like player of the match, is Joan Garcia. Without him, he would have lost by a lot of goals, for sure. The defense is atrocious. Barcelona needs to make a signing in the January. Yeah, honestly, we do. If you want to win trophies, La Liga, I think we're low key set. But if you want to make a really serious push for the Champions League, we need to get a good defense. We need to fix that defense. I know that we don't like help ourselves with the high line at all, but we need that defense to be a lot more solid than what it is now, for sure. Garcia is unbelievable. What a signing! Honestly, I think it's a signing of the season for us, Joan Garcia. Ter Stegen looks so mad after seeing those saves. Honestly, I think Ter Stegen at this point is like hate watching from the bench, for sure. But yeah, no, yeah, Joan Garcia has been 10 toes down for Barcelona since he's moved. Yeah, honestly, really good effort. Again, this guy has the exact same thought process as I do, that Joan Garcia is the man of the match, for sure. Honestly, like, I'll say this again. We need to get a better defense. If you want to push for titles, and I'm not talking about Copa del Rey, I'm not talking about La Liga. If we want to win the Champions League, we need to have a solid defense. Because this defense right now, we're not winning the Champions League. I'm sorry, I'm a Barcelona faithful. I'm a Barcelona fan till I die, and I will be. You know, supporting this team is not for the weak. It's definitely not. You have to have a strong character to be a Barcelona fan, but if you want, but I'm also realistic. And I'm also a very harsh critic. Like I am, if you know me, I am my own worst critic with anything that I do in my own personal life. And in this moment, I have to criticize Barcelona. If we want to win the Champions League, we need a solid defense, bar none. Period. Blank. No other thing. No other thoughts. We need to have a solid defense. Like I said, against the Real Madrid, would we would have won that game like that? I don't know. They punished us earlier in the season against El Clásico. Hopefully it doesn't happen again, in the next coming year, 2026. But I just hope. I hope to God that we get some good defensive players in the winter transfer window when January rolls around. But yeah, so that's going to end my reaction right now. Like I said, a good 2-0 win from Barcelona. The defense kind of didn't help us out, but we got the job done in the end. And I think that's all because of, honestly, Joan Garcia. But yeah, that's going to end our reaction. Good 2-0 victory. If you like what you saw, please drop a like. Please drop a comment about what you thought about the game, too. I'm curious to read your guys' comments and see what you guys have to say about the game. Who was your player of the match? Who was your man of the match? Where could Barcelona also improve, whether the defensive end or the offensive end? Like I said, I'm just curious about your guys' opinions. So please drop a comment, drop a follow, drop a like. If you like what you saw, like this video. If you like, consider subscribing. Whenever I upload another Barcelona reaction or even just gameplay of FC or my other live streams, definitely drop a follow and subscribe. I would appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. But I hope that you guys have a wonderful Christmas, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. This has been Leon24. Thank you very much.